SCHG is one of the most popular growth ETFs that I've talked about on the internet today. Now, we usually think about when we think about SCHG, we also think about it's like other brother or sister or cousin SCHD. Now, these two could be paired up to make a great two-fund portfolio, which I've made a video of right here. But besides that point, SCHG is a great growth ETF that could be a part of your portfolio. But today, I'm talking about 3 growth ETFs that are beating SCHG right now. Let's dive in and let's talk about it.
This video is purely educational content and should not be considered personal finance advice. I'm not a licensed financial advisor and I don't know your financial situation, risk tolerance, or even investment goals. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results, and always do your own research and consider consulting with a qualified financial professional before making any investment. All right, let's get on to the video.
Hey guys, my name is Steve and I run the Frugal Expat website where we try to help people to save more and invest better. Today, we are going to be talking about 3 growth ETFs that are beating SCHG today. All right, let's get to it. Now, if you don't know anything about SCHG, first of all, SCHG is the Charles Schwab Dow Jones Large Cap Growth ETF. So it tracks the Dow Jones Large Cap Growth Index, which is made up of about 198 different companies. Now, SCHG has about an expense ratio of 0.04%, meaning it costs $4 for every $10,000 invested. It's got about anywhere between 45 to 50% of technology. So you have a whole bunch of other companies out there that's not just tech. And so this is a cheap, great growth ETF that could help your money grow. Now, over the last 4 years, it has grown 22.89% average in this 4-year period. That's amazing. I mean, that is some good news. So if you're looking for something that's growing your money, SCHG could be a great ETF. But today, like I said, we're talking about 3 ETFs that are beating it. And that means they could be better. They could be different. They can have different strategies, different holdings, maybe more concentration, maybe a little bit expensive expense ratio. These are all different factors you got to focus in on. And the cool thing is I own all 3. And so I know a little bit about these. Let's dive into those 3 ETFs. ETF number 1 is going to be QQQM, which is the Invesco Nasdaq 100 ETF. Now, QQQM is like the little brother to QQQ. QQQ was created in the 1990s, 1998, and QQQM came out a little bit later, and so it's a little bit cheaper. At a 0.15% expense ratio means it costs $15 for every $10,000 invested. It tracks the Nasdaq 100, so you're getting some of those top companies. You're getting Nvidia, Micron, Google, you're getting Amazon, Apple, Tesla. These are all part of the portfolio, and so you're getting a piece of software, you're getting a piece of technology, you're getting a piece of some semiconductors, plus you're getting a piece of some other companies within the Nasdaq 100. The Nasdaq 100 is the top 100 non-financial companies on the Nasdaq exchange, so you're getting a piece of all of these depending upon some of their rules, some of their market caps, and so that's good news to you. And with this ETF, you're averaging about 25.34% over the last 10 years. Well, that's pretty good. It's beating SCHG, and you're growing your money for the future. Now, of course, these growth ETFs do have downturns. In 2022, the Nasdaq dropped about 32%. Wow, but it also went up about 54% in 2023. So you can have ups and downs. That's okay. This is why we grow for the long term. We don't buy this for retirement 2 years out of retirement because the market could drop and then you may be, well, SOL. So you got to think about that. Now, this one is a great one and I own it. This is probably my number 4 of my top 5 ETFs. And so that's pretty good. That's a pretty big one. Our next one is going to be a little bit different. It's also a little bit faster. Our next ETF is going to be SPMO, which is the Invesco S&P 500 Momentum ETF. Now, SPMO does a little bit different. So what it does, it tracks the top 100 companies on the S&P 500 by momentum factor. Those that are doing really well for the last 12 months and 6 months are going to be added depending upon basically the momentum factor. And some that are not doing so well are going to be removed. They happen in March and September of every year. They're going to add and remove different companies. Now, right now, some of the companies a part of this are AMD, Micron, Nvidia, Johnson & Johnson, ExxonMobil, Google, Broadcom. These are all a part of this ETF. Now, the cool thing is, it doesn't just have to be tech or software. It could be industrials, healthcare, it could be retail, it could be finances. There's so many different things it could be a part, because like I said, every 6 months, it's going to do a reconstitution and it's going to base things based upon momentum. So if all tech and semiconductors go into a bear market and a bubble pops, well, SPMO is going to remove them and bring in something better. And so that's good news. You don't have to think that, oh, tech's going to be in my portfolio because I invested so much. No, this is a growth ETF based upon momentum. So that's the good news, is you're getting a lot of momentum. Now, it does have an expense ratio of 0.13%. So it costs about $13 for every $10,000 invested. This is actually the second cheapest on this list, and it's a pretty good one. Now, the 4-year total return average is sitting at a 30.94%. So it's growing 30% over the last 4 years. Now, over the last 5 and 10 years, it's a little bit less. The last 4 years, pretty good. All right, let's get on to our next ETF. Hey guys, if you really like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. One of my favorite places to kind of check out different information about ETFs is stockanalysis.com. Stockanalysis.com is a great place when you're looking for analytics, looking to compare, looking to see what the holdings are, and maybe even the yields. Well, it's a great place, and I use it all the time. I look at price appreciation, total returns, I look at the heat maps, I look at all sorts of things that are going on just so I can have all the information up to date. All right, guys, if you want to sign up either in my pinned comments or in my description. There is also a promo code, maybe to give you a good discount. Check it out. All right, guys, let's get back to the video. Our next ETF is going to be AOTG. AOTG is the AOT Growth and Innovation ETF. This ETF is from AOT Investments. Now, this is ran by John Tinsman by himself. And so he is picking and choosing basically companies based upon margin, based upon value, based upon these metrics in order to grow this ETF. That means he's looking at companies that are selling things, have massive margins, good value, and continues to grow. Now, if you ask me, I think this is a good idea, as he made an example. So if you think about a company like Boeing, the only way it makes money is to sell airplanes, build factories, and continue to do this over and over and over again. A company like Microsoft builds Windows or a software, sells it after building it, but can sell it to multiple different peoples. And then people have these subscriptions and they continue to renew it in order to have updates, and it just continues to go and go. And their job is to sell more and more. All of a sudden, their margin is not just slim, it's huge because they made the product a while back ago. Now they're just continuing to sell it over and over and over again and making more money. That's how he looks at it. He sees the value, he sees the earnings per price, he sees the PE ratio and the margin and realizes this could be a good company and puts it into this portfolio. Now it's got about 74 different holdings. Some of the holdings are like AMD, Micron, Nvidia, TSM, Toast, Hood, AppLovin, Google. These are different companies within this portfolio. And as you can see, all these companies are a little bit different. Some of them aren't market cap weighted, like Nvidia is like the top holding in QQQM, not in AOTG. AOTG bases it upon what John Tinsman has his metrics, and it makes sense. And if you're looking for something that's not so bad, this could be an ETF for you. Now let's get some of those numbers. So it's got an expense ratio of 0.75%, meaning it costs $75 for every $10,000 invested. It's a little bit more expensive than a QQQM or an SPMO or an SCHG, but the return's not so bad. The return is 25.24% over the last 4 years. Now I say last 4 years because AOTG came out 4 years ago and it's averaging that amount of money, and that's great. And as you can see, it's very close with a QQQM. Now SPMO is a little bit different. It's on a different plane, but all three of these are crushing SCHG. And that's the bottom line, is they are crushing SCHG. SPMO has that average of 30.94%. QQQM has the average of 25.35%. AOTG's got an average of 25.24%, and SCHG's got the average of 22.89%. So those are 4 different metrics, and you see that everybody's crushing SCHG. Now, let me just go over who these ETFs could be good for. So if you're looking for, a great, reliable, plain Jane index ETF, QQQM is it. And it's a great one too. QQQ, the older brother, has lasted for so many years. It's done so well. It made so many people lots of money. QQQM is just a cheaper version, and it continues to do what it should do. And you get a good index ETF tracking about 100 different companies, and it's a great ETF to add to your portfolio. Now, if you're looking for a little bit more minimum, more factor, more something that's not so market weighted, SPMO is that ETF. It has momentum. It's tracking those. It's tracking those from the S&P 500, not the NASDAQ 100. And you're getting a great ETF with that growth. I like SPMO, and I have it sitting in my Roth IRA. It's a great one if you want some good growth. Now, if you're looking for maybe a man or an ETF that is getting those companies that have high margins, they have higher possibilities of growing massively, well, AOTG could be that ETF. John Tinsman, if you listen to any of his interview on my channel, or in any videos that talk about John Tinsman, or even follow his YouTube channel, you're gonna learn about who this guy is and realize that he's got a huge wealth of knowledge. He's confident in what he does. And even looking up things on Morningstar with his fund, you're getting some of the best companies within his portfolio. So if you're looking for a little bit about that, well, AOTG could be that. Now, if you don't know what to decide, well, you could choose all 3. I mean, I've got all 3, but you could just go with the plain Jane QQQM. You can just go with the momentum factor SPMO, or even a little bit on a different side, AOTG. Now, like I said, I've got all 3 and I like them. And these 3 are still crushing SCHG. Now, let me know in the comments, do you own any of these growth ETFs? Are there other growth ETFs you like better? Maybe you like a tech one like VGT or an XLK. Maybe you like VUG from Vanguard. There's so many other ones out there. Let me know in the comments, which are your favorite growth style ETFs? And if you're not using growth ETFs, maybe what is your favorite growth style income ETF? Like maybe a GPIQ or an OVL or the future OVQ. Let me know in the comments which is your favorite, and make sure to check out my video on some of my top favorite growth ETFs up here. And I'll see you guys in our next video.